Welcome back to the Stan Simpson Show. Here now with life transition coach Laurie Giles. And Laurie also has been a regular. You've been here on the show before. Always good to have you back. You know, people think life transition coach, you're a lawyer and attorney.
I am.
But you've been through some heartache, too, as reading through the website. You don't get to be a transition coach without knowing about life and obstacles and adversity. You've had a pretty harrowing story.
You know, I think everyone has had a harrowing story. I think that it's how do you deal with your baggage. And one of the reasons I became a life coach on top of being an attorney is because, you know, I realized that my clients needed so much more than just legal advice. They needed to figure out how to get through the transition, but then develop who they're going to be at the end of the transition. So you're right. I mean, life is never easy. It's just a matter of always keeping a decent spin on it.
And your baggage was what? Now we tease folks today going, okay, what was her baggage? So what was your baggage? But briefly for us.
I've had a chronically ill child who's fine now, I'll add. I've been divorced. I've been a single parent. I'm in the sandwich generation with aging and ill parents, trying to juggle that. So it's been, you know, a little bit of an uphill battle sometimes.
Uphill battle sometimes for people in the holiday season.
Always.
Folks many times get very depressed, right? For many people, it's a tough time to deal with, bring back old memories. As a transition coach, how do you transition folks through this time when so many people profess to be happy?
Well, and I think that's the whole thing, that we have this idea that we're supposed to be happy, that we have to put on a happy face. And my first idea is don't fake it. There's no reason to go through the holidays with a fake smile on. Deal with your pain, deal with your issues, and get through it. So I think that that's the most important aspect of the holidays, is to know that it's okay not to be happy 100% of the time.
A lot of folks go hog wild with spending. They're depressed. They make up for it spending, sometimes overspending, perpetuating the problem, particularly with children. Now, you want to make your children happy. You're having a bad year or a bad decade. You want to make the kids happy. But you're saying there are 3 things that you think about when you give gifts to your, I think it's a daughter,
My
right?
daughter, yes.
3 things that you think about. Not toys, it's what?
You know, my daughter and I, since she was about 6 years old, we've had this idea that Christmas gifts should be something that have meaning, not just filling the house with some toys. So we give each other 3 gifts, 1 for your spirit, 1 for your mind, and 1 for your body. And our big tradition on Christmas morning is to explain why you chose a certain gift. So Christmas really has a different meaning in my house. And I think that that's helped a lot because it's not a constant, can I have, can I have, can I have. So it's worked out well.
Spirit, mind, and body. So
yes.
give an example. A spirit gift would be what?
You know, something like a Bible or a journal is something that she always enjoys getting. Something that helps her with her spiritual journey and discovering who she is spiritually.
Why that's so important for a young kid?
I think you need some grounding. I think that kids absolutely need grounding. I think everyone needs grounding. And if you have something that you can lean back on when times get tough and when times are good, that's always a wonderful thing.
And kids can get spoiled. Truth be told, all these gifts coming in, they can think that they're entitled to all these great gifts as opposed to something that really nurtures their mind or their soul.
And you know, Stan, one of the big problems in our society is this whole sense of entitlement. So I think it's important to have your children and adults understand that it's about more than just the material items.
How about the mind now? You mentioned the spirit for the mind gift.
The mind gift is always something that will challenge you. It could be something like a game, or it could be a book, or something that will challenge your mind, make you go to the next level.
Can't go wrong with a book, right?
Can't go wrong with a book.
Now, why is that important? Christmas time, people want to have a good time. What's the big deal about challenging the mind, for whether you're a child or an adult?
Because how do you really grow? If you're not challenging your mind, if you're not learning something new, how do you grow? Where do you go from here? So I think that that's something that's always been important in my house, is we really want to develop that mind and develop the whole person, the spirit, mind, and body.
Body gift.
And that's always something
Spa,
fun.
pedicure, manicure, massage,
pedicure, a big thing of chocolate. You know, that's always my favorite thing. Anything. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be healthy. It just has to be satisfying for your body.
Now, again, let's talk about that. You're talking about the whole 3 aspects here, mind, body, soul. All those things together mean what? When you have that in concert, what does that do for you?
I think that gives you balance. I think that when I look back in my life, and when those things are in balance, I feel in balance, and I make some better decisions. So it's a matter of finding life balance that'll work.
If you fall out of balance, you can find yourself out of sync, right?
Out of sync, and nothing seems to go right. You hear about people things are always perpetually going wrong. how do you find balance and how do you keep balance? So I think that that's why it's important to figure out your life center and move from that.
Getting that equilibrium. All right, 2011 coming up, a new year, right?
Yes.
Everyone is sort of gearing up. Tough year for a lot of folks, right? So now, how do you begin to transition? Outside of the obligatory New Year's resolution, how do you begin to transition and move forward for a brand new year?
I think that you have to go beyond the New Year's resolution. First and foremost, you have to deal with 2010. If it was
Do you have to?
I think
Why?
at some level you need to. I think you have
Can we just
to.
bury it?
And that's the point. If you've had a bad year, finish the pity party, go home, move on. If
Yeah.
you've had a great year, celebrate the good stuff.
All right, now you mentioned you're big too on writing a game plan, actually writing something down for the new year.
Absolutely.
Talk about that,
Visualize who you want to be, what you want to be. People always say, I want to lose weight. My New Year's resolution is to lose weight. Well, what does that mean to you? Does that mean that you want to look like you did in high school? Does that mean that you want to lose 10 pounds? What does that mean? Visualize what that means.
So the why question, right?
Why?
So what does the why question tell you? When you ask yourself why, what does that then tell you?
What your core is, what the reason is, what your rationale is. Not just I want to lose weight, but like I said, how are you going to do it? And then the final thing really is to develop a plan. I want to lose 5 pounds by the end of January, or I want to register for that class, or whatever the New Year's resolution is. Get it done, but with a solid plan.
But you got to work that plan too, right? A lot of folks have a plan and write down the goals, don't work the plan, right?
And come up with a really good plan that really take it week by week, day by day, month by month, and get it done. Don't just keep it broad and open-ended.
For those folks, real quick, 15 seconds to say, you know what, Laurie, I can write the plan down, but doggone it, I can't execute the plan. I got a great plan on paper. I can't execute it. 5 seconds.
Accountability. Find somebody to help you do it. Be accountable. Be accountable to someone else or to yourself to get it done within a timeline.
All right, find a buddy. All right, she's Laurie Giles, folks. Thank you. When we come back, we'll talk to a Hartford parent who got so frustrated raising her autistic child that she formed her own organization to help other parents with autistic kids. Stick around.